Hello and welcome to CoreTV News on the hour. I am Omotayo Alo. The federal government has issued a September 15 deadline for all ministries, departments and agencies to comply with the Treasury's Single Accounts Directive. President Muhammad Buhari set the date in a communication to all MDAs. The presidency said in a statement issued by the Vice President's spokesman, Laolu Akonde, that all government revenues are expected to go into a TSA domiciled at the central bank. It pointed out that severe sanctions await any public official who fails to comply with the deadline. The directive that was first introduced in early August applies to fully funded ministries, departments, agencies and foreign missions, as well as the partially funded ones, like teaching hospitals, medical centers and federal tertiary institutions. All those agencies like the Central Bank, Customs, Fund and NNPC, amongst others. As Nigerians continue to debate on the first 100 days of the Buhari administration, the president's media handlers have released some infographics with details of activities to prove that the days were not wasted. And while those who spoke to CoreTV News in Abuja differ in the analysis of the achievement recorded by the president so far, there are others who are convinced that the country is on track under President Buhari. Asilo Kafo reports that many want a more transparent anti-corruption crusade. The report is presented from our studios.
These are the details of the infographics released to counter claims of a wasted first 100 days. This is in the aftermath of allegations that several of the campaign promises made by the All Progressive Congress, under which President Buhari ran and won the presidential election, have not been fulfilled. But Nigerians from all walks of life have also been assessing the first 100 days of the Buhari administration. For the president of Peace Corps of Nigeria, Dixon Akko, the leadership style of the president is something to celebrate.
100 days is not enough to judge somebody who is inheriting power. You are coming from a party that has been in the system for 16 years. And like I've told a lot of people that care to listen, if you are not inside, you won't know how the rot or how the system has been bastardized. It is now that he has taken over power, that he has gotten inside, that he will know the situation of affairs, thereby laying a solid foundation for him to deliver.
But a senior advocate of Nigeria, Chris Uche, does not think that 100 days are enough to assess the president. He chose to advise the president to be transparent, especially in his anti-corruption campaign.
As far as the anti-corruption agenda of Mr. President is concerned, for me as a lawyer, when he attended the opening ceremony of the Nigerian Bar Association, he called on the judiciary and in fact the entire legal community to encourage and support the fight. And what came out of that is that we as lawyers are now devising methods of fast-tracking.
For his part, a civil rights activist, Ezenwa Nwagu, wants President Buhari to focus more on areas that will impact positively on people's lives. For now, President Buhari and his party are not bothered about 100 days. They are more concerned with what they say is clearing the mess left by the previous government, as well as creating the right atmosphere for socio-economic development.
A civil rights organization, Partners for Electoral Reforms, is concerned about the uproar over the details of the asset of President Muhammad Buhari and his deputy, Yemi Osinbajo. Its executive director, Ezenwa Nwagu, does not see the need for the criticism trailing the move from some quarters. He told CoreTV News that the president had fulfilled this promise and public declaration and added that what is left is for the appropriate body to do the verification. Inspector General of Police Solomon Arashi has promised maximum security for bus operators and travelers across the country. He made the pledge when Luxurious Bus Owners Association paid him a courtesy visit at the force headquarters, Abuja, on Monday. Police spokesperson Olabisi Kolawole also quotes the IG as expressing a commitment of his men to tackling the problem of armed robbery along the nation's highways. Earlier, the association's president, Dan Okomo, had hailed IG for his effort at stopping highway robberies through the Safer Highway Patrol Unit. He also sought police intervention in cabin attacks on buses and passengers along routes within the North Central region and Zaria-Kaduna axis. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arashi, has assured the Independent National Electoral Commission of the preparedness of the police to provide adequate security during the Kogi and Bayelsa governorship elections. This is contained in a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, Acting ASP Olabisi Kolawole in Abuja on Wednesday. The statement said Arashi gave the assurance during a CoreTV visit on the acting chairperson Novainek Amina Zakari in Abuja. It said the visit was aimed at cementing the existing relationship between the police and the Commission in ensuring the actualization of its mandates. The statement further said the IGP had directed police commissioners nationwide to ensure adequate security at INEC offices and election tribunal sittings. In her remarks, Zakari reiterated the Commission's readiness to work with the police in ensuring successes at the upcoming elections in Kogi and Bayelsa State. Nigerian fugitive Abdul Adewale Kekere Ekun, who was arrested earlier in the year by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for identity theft-related offences, has been sentenced to life imprisonment in the United Kingdom for murder. He was convicted of the 2001 murder of 18-year-old Marcus Hall in 2001. Following the brawl outside Luton's Atmosphere nightclub, where the popular music group So Solid Crew had performed, 39-year-old Kekere Ekun, who goes by several aliases, including Adebayo Dalvin, James Ekun, James Dalvin, James Adebayo, had initially pleaded guilty to the murder charge before the Luton Crown Court, but later fled to Nigeria. After his arrest for fraud in Nigeria, it was discovered during investigation that he was on the wanted list in the UK and consequently extradited. EFCC said in a statement that before his conviction, 7 of the gang members had been convicted in 2002 and 2003 for their part in Hall's murder, but 2 convictions were later squashed. Revealing how he had been traced, the Bedfordshire police said he was identified in CCTV footage of the attack where he was wearing a distinctive checked coat. Detectives tracked the designer and later discovered that the jacket was one of the only 9 sold in the United Kingdom, and the convict was listed as one of the buyers. We'll take a break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man, we don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Welcome, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV News on the R. For more of our news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space and news. In Plateau State, just like several other states in the country, mixed reactions have trailed the assessment of the All Progressive Congress government in the state under the leadership of Governor Simon Lalong first 100 days in office. Our correspondent sampled the opinions of some eminent Plateau citizens. The report.
100 days after the inauguration of a new administration in Plateau State, mixed reactions have trailed the performance of the new governor. While some say he deserves more time, others says their new administration has nothing to show in terms of achievement.
Well, the first 100 days of AVC on the plateau, I cannot tentatively say a word about their first 100 days in office, but I know that part of the things they did on the plateau is the illegal dissolution of the local government council, because there's a Supreme Court judgment.
So far, so good. I can't tell you anything about it because I've not seen anything happening. I've not seen anything happening. So I don't want to lie. I don't want to tell you.
Some legal practitioners are of the opinion that lack of proper constitution of the State Executive Council due to the delay in appointing commissioners has affected the success of the administration.
Within the next 100 days, there are quite a number of things that can be done. Number one, we must address ourselves to the security situation in the state, because as it is, there is no day that passes by that you will not hear of one conflict or the other which will lead to the killing of several people. It's a major area that the government is going.
You see, there are certain information that may not be an opportunity to run a state. One should be able to be prepared right from the onset. And therefore, 100 days without the ESCO in place, to me, is not too good. Though we also understand.
It's over 100 days after the inauguration of this administration. Residents of the state are of the opinion that the time is now to hold the leaders accountable for their failed promises.
Proceedings at the Rivers State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja were on Monday stalled following the judgment of Court of Appeal. The court had, in a judgment, directed the tribunal to deliver ruling on an application filed by Governor Nyesom Wike challenging the jurisdiction of the court. At the resumed hearing of the petition, the PDP asked the tribunal to stay proceedings and obey the judgment of the Court of Appeal. But counsel for the petitioners, Akiolu Jimmy, opposed the application, insisting that it was alien to the country's jurisprudence to stay proceedings of the matter at the election tribunal. In a short ruling, the new chairman of the tribunal, Justice Sulaiman Ambrosa, adjourned the hearing till September 8 in view of the notice of the judgment at the Court of Appeal to enable him go through a copy of the ruling to know the issues canvassed at the appeal. The National Emergency Management Agency is assuring Nigerians that it is adequately prepared to handle the effect of the release of water from Lagdo Dam in Cameroon this year. The agency maintains that the flash floods that have been experienced so far are normally occurrences synonymous with the rainy season and are not to be described as the onset of the major flood incident. NEMA says awareness campaigns are being intensified through its operational offices to better manage any situation that may arise.
2015, NIMET has done the SRP as usual, and NEMA also has looked at the disaster management implications of these predictions, as we have always done yearly. That was also followed up by the Hydrological Agency flood outlook for the year. As is usual, NEMA comes out with implications of that prediction as it concerns disaster management, considering the fact that that prediction is used by the various sectors in the country, ranging from aviation, agriculture, and all that. So what we do is look at the disaster management angle. That we have done. And also, because just immediately after that, a few months after that, we also got the alert for release of water from the dam in Cameroon.
The city of Takum in Taraba State was agog with celebration over the weekend as Governor Darius Ishaku marked his first 100 days in office. He pointed out the peaceful atmosphere in the state, which he says has begun to pave way for foreign investment, as well as rise in internally generated revenue. Correspondent Udwa Godwin has more from Jalingo.
It was a day many of the people described as a new dawn for the state. And for Governor Ishaku, May 29, 2015 will be recorded as a milestone in the life of his administration. Highlighting some of his achievements within 100 days, the governor reaffirmed his commitment to the people of the state.
We intervened in the health sector at the specialist hospital Jalingo by releasing funds for repair of the broken down CT scan machine to guarantee the high level of medical investigation and enhance the standard of healthcare. We paid outstanding salaries to hardcore staff to cater for their welfare and performance, and we restored the running costs of the hospital to allow for the full operation of services. You will notice that the specialist hospital is the only hospital functioning since the Federal Medical Center has also closed down for a long time. We intervene on poverty alleviation by signing a memorandum.
For their part, some senior citizens of the state pledged their support to the Ishaku administration.
I was very, very impressed because what we need now in Taraba is to prove a point that yes, we can do in the south.
We'll ensure that we make laws that will bring development to Taraba State. So let us be one, let us speak in one voice, let us be our brothers' keepers.
The people of the state also agree on what they say are significant result-oriented performance in the last 100 days.
I think he has done tremendously well, and I'm so happy about it because if within 100 days he's able to do one or two things that we saw, in spite of lean financial resources, I think it means in the next few years he's going to perform tremendously well.
Despite all the challenges, despite all the shortcomings, despite all the lack of funds, within the first 100 days, he has brought a lot of changes to governance. This is somebody who will stay in the office from morning to midnight. Very, very uncommon.
For them, gigantic steps are being taken by the Ishaku administration, and they believe it will reflect positively in the face of Taraba State. Udwa Godwin, CoreTV News, Takum.
The Kwara State Polytechnic Management has warned all students seeking admission into the institution to take science courses, as their choices as polytechnics are meant for technology and not management. Masood Lelu, Rector, Kwara State Polytechnic, gave the submission while reacting to questions from journalists in Ilorin. He added that polytechnic institutions are mainly established to improve technology. Rashid has details.
Ambassador Lelu, rector of the Kwara State Polytechnic, advised members of the public to encourage prospective students seeking admission into polytechnics to go for sciences and not management courses.
We have been discouraging people from that area. People who want to come to ND, we tell them, look, what are you going to do in marketing, accountancy, and science backgrounds? Polytechnic is for science and engineering. People are not happy with us when we tell them, sorry, we cannot give you admission for all those, I don't know what to call them. I want to give them a name. Polytechnic is not meant for that. And you will help us to propagate that. We have been doing it on our own. When we see people in the town, when we see our friends, when people bring requests for admission, we say accountancy, marketing, we tell them, look, what is this? How many people say banking and finance? How many banks do you want to have? I told somebody even this morning.
He attributed the smooth running of the institution's academic calendar to its ability to think outside the box, generating revenue apart from the intervention from state government and other financial institutions.
We have subsidiaries registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, and the subsidiaries include bakery, guest chalet, water production, block making, bakery, car wash, and so on. These are all subsidiaries, and training consultants is part of it. So we foresaw that. And so we have started, and you can see the block making is going on. It's not part of that we are saying. It's not part of Polytechnic. It's under limited liability company. The same thing with the water. There was a profit and loss account at the end of each session. So we are now asking the students, they should take part in some of the things we are doing. although we are getting funds and so on and so forth, but they are learning how to operate businesses.
The Kwara State Polytechnic, however, enjoins all applicants to ensure they are well oriented about the courses they intend to study before choosing the institution of their choice.
And in business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has commenced the process of recovering over $7 billion, approximately 1.4 trillion naira, in over-deducted tax benefits from joint venture partners and major capital projects. It was learned on Sunday that the corporation had also engaged an international accounting firm to ascertain the exact amounts due to government on the strategic alliance contract entered by Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, where up to $2.46 billion, approximately 484.6 billion naira of government money, would be recovered. In a report submitted to President Muhammad Buhari by its new management detailing the corporation's successes so far, the Group Managing Director of NNPC, Ibe Kachiko, stated that the firm had commenced its performance measurement and benchmarking. We take a break now and we'll be back with stories from outside Nigeria. Stay tuned.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome. And on the foreign scene, Germany and France will reportedly take in 50,000 plus additional refugees as Hungarian Prime Minister Orban dismisses quota plan. France President François Hollande has announced this country will take in 24,000 refugees over the next 2 years, while it is understood that Germany will take 31,000 additional people under a European plan, which is strongly opposed by Hungary. The figure revealed by the French leader on Monday represent France's share of a European proposal to relocate 120,000 refugees. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker is due to unveil new proposals on Wednesday. EU officials have said Juncker will propose adding 120,000 people to be relocated on top of a group of 40,000. The Commission previously proposed relocating. Bulgarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban told the gathering of foreign ambassadors on Monday, however, that the plan could not be discussed while the EU's outer borders were not secured. Qatar Armed Forces soldiers, backed by 200 armed vehicles and 30 Apache helicopters, head to Yemen's Marib province. More Qatari troops are reportedly adding into Yemen with the aim of securing the draft governorate. Around 1,000 soldiers from Qatar's armed forces have been deployed to Yemen. As part of the Arab coalition's fight against Houthi rebels, the troops are now reportedly heading to Yemen's Marib province to join the Saudi-led coalition already fighting in the area. And it's a wrap on CoreTV News at this hour. Thank you so very much for joining us. My name is Omotayo Alo. Bye for now.